In this section, we'll cover using QromaScan's built-in import feature, which allows you to import untagged images through iCloud or Dropbox, and then tag them using natural language tagging. QromaScan Import is a feature that is unlocked using a one-time in-app purchase. To start, make sure that you have either iCloud Drive or Dropbox turned on. The first time you try to activate the import feature, you may see this message telling you that the import folder is empty. Before activating the in-app purchase, we want to make sure that you have a connected iCloud or Dropbox import folder. So I'm going to go to my iCloud Drive folder, find QromaScan, and then find and open the import folder. From here, I'm just going to drop in an untagged image to get the ball rolling. The next time I go back to the import screen, I should see this screen that allows me to complete an in-app purchase or restore a previous purchase. Now, the import feature is a one-time purchase, so if you ever see this screen after you've purchased it, simply tap on the Restore Purchase link here, and then your purchase will be restored. Once you've purchased the product or restored it, you should see this image that you've just added in your import folder. The import screen is connected to the import folder you connected through iCloud Drive or Dropbox, so any images that you dropped in there, you should see here. There are a couple of other ways to get images into the import folder outside of using the cloud services. First, you can use this album icon to import images from your camera roll. Just grant access to your camera roll and then tap on each image you want to bring in, and then tap on the Done button. This will bring a copy of each image from your camera roll into the import folder and then make it available for tagging. Another way to get images in is to use the Builtin Camera feature by tapping on this camera icon. Now, this feature isn't designed to replace using the lightbox, and there are some of the usual downsides of scanning this way, such as glare. But if you're out and about and you really want to get a scan of an image and tag it later, this is a great way to do it. By default, the camera looks for rectangular shapes against a static background. Now, don't worry too much about trying to get it perfectly straight, because we do some perspective correction on the final image. Just try to keep everything level and have the red box go completely over the image, just like this. Tap the capture button and you should see a preview that you can either keep or discard. Finally, the import feature supports app-to-app transfer. Now, I have this image that I composited using an iOS application called Pixelmator. It has a sharing feature that allows me to send a copy of this image to QromaScan, which I can do by tapping on this sharing icon and then selecting the JPEG image. From there, I just slide over to the QromaScan logo, then tap on it, and that will open up QromaScan right to the import screen where I can tag it later. So, speaking of tagging, let's get started tagging these images that we've just brought in. If you want to tag just one particular image, I would just tap on it and then go right to the tagging screen. However, in this case, I want to go back and tag multiple images in one shot. These images share the same date, location, and people. So I'm going to tap on Batch and then tap on each one to add them to this batch. When I'm ready to tag, I just tap onto this tag icon down here, and this will take me right to the tagging screen. I can swipe left or right to view the batched images. When I'm ready to tag, the rest is just like tagging with scanned images. The voice control indicator gives you a status of the offline recognition engine. I can start the voice recognition engine either by tapping onto the voice control indicator or by saying the word Chroma. Now I'm going to give a natural language description, and the import feature will generate the metadata just the same way it does in scanning mode. So here's my metadata, but there is one difference in this interface compared to the scanning screen. We couldn't fit a map preview right in this view, but if you tap onto this map icon, it will take you right to the place where the image is going to be tagged to. Now, if the location looks good, you can just tap on this map icon again to dismiss it. However, if you want to fine-tune the location, you can either use this search bar up at the top here to type in a new search to locate the map back to that spot, or you can pinch and zoom to a new spot. When you want to update the location, just tap and hold right onto that spot to drop a pin, and then tap on this label to geolocate it right to that spot. Now, the rest of this metadata looks good, so I'm just going to tap on this green chevron to apply the metadata. Since I did a batch selection, I get one more warning to let me know that I'm going to apply this metadata to all of the images. When I'm done, I return back to the import screen. The batched images have now been moved to the main gallery, and I can continue selecting images and tagging. So let me do a couple more images just to give you a few more time-saving tips. From the images I have left, I can jump right into an image and then start tagging using natural language descriptions. So here, if my metadata is correct, I just tap on this green chevron and this image is then tagged, and then I see the very next image. If I swipe upwards from the metadata panel, I can see my custom names and my custom place presets, which I can use the same way that I do with the scanner view. I can use the clear people command to remove the names of the people in this metadata field. And this is particularly useful if I have images that have the same date and location that can be reused, but the people are different. Then I can add people names to the metadata just by saying them one by one in offline mode, just like in the scan view. So there it is, a way to import untagged images into QromaScan and tag them using natural language tagging. Now this approach is great if you need to tag a few images at a time, but if you have hundreds of images to tag and you use a Macintosh computer, check out ChromaTag for macOS. It uses the same natural language tagging as QromaScan, but it's much, much faster.